from my Carolina home. Had dreams about the West and started to roam. 6 long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bar. Sinning was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame, all for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
Hey, YouTubers and friends. Hope all of you out there are doing better than I. Tonight, I've been wanting this guy on the show for a while. His name's Matt from Inside Bend Prospecting. He's from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. If you're not yet subscribed to him, do me a favor. Down in the description are links to his channel and his Instagram. Hit him up. Show him some FlashFam appreciation and love. We'll be putting his links out in the chat periodically from time to time. I don't have my Nightbot up tonight, so you won't get no spammy merch uh links, or go visit flashingyourpan.com. So none of that tonight. But I'm looking forward to the show. Matt seems like a really good guy. I know a lot of guys who's gone out on the stream with him. I've heard nothing but good about Matt. And from what I understand, guys, gals, gold porn addicts, you're shit out of luck tonight. Beep! Out of luck tonight. Uh, Someone brought it up in chat, so I told Matt to put it all away. Go ahead, unsub, guys. I can't contribute to your addiction any longer. I can't do it to ya. But no, we have plenty of gold porn for you, all you pervs. And we have some great conversations coming up. I know it. So don't go away, ToledoJess. And I almost said Dano. And Matt will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live with your hosts and Marvin and ToledoJess. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is a Flash in Your Pan production.
Every day on the cricket beat, flashes for playing.
YouTube page there.
And the reason why you can't see me, Matt, is because to save bandwidth and stuff, and I'd have to have two cameras working, I hide myself on the Zoom end. So you'll be able to hear me. You'll see my name up top, so, like Flash in Your Pan is talking. But I could show it, but then I'll doubly scare all of them because they'll be seeing this ugly mug twice. Like,
I want that.
right?
And nobody wants to see this mug, so we'll just leave it right there.
Yeah, Cheech.
But I want to tell you what you just told them. You can't do that, Ed. You can't make them go cold turkey.
I
can't
be a
make them
real
go cold
prick
turkey.
that way.
You have to wean them off of it. So if we're gonna wean them off of it, maybe just a little tiny bit here in the beginning. See any little gold porn there to tease them with there, Matt?
Well, why he's teasing with a little bit of gold porn tease, I want to say hi to our friends. Liz from Digging Connect, how are you, sis?
Hey, JP Lawns and more.
GoPro Unlimited. Dredging Sucks. Dan Zoller's in the house from the Motherlode. Terry Curry and Don G. Can't forget Can't forget the world's greatest moderator, the super
Lodak.
mod, Mr. Lodak. Secret Creek, how you doing, brother? JP Lanzamore,
You.
Mitch, Key Rep. I think I might have said that twice.
Teamwork Adventures.
Bacchus, how you doing, Bacchus? Damon, West Coast Gold Prospecting.
I thought I
He
saw
has a
Tim in here
great
earlier.
start this season, sniping. Sniping's
David
changed
Villa.
his world. David Villa! Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo está
Honest.
usted?
What's
Bien?
up, Honest?
Man,
That-
everybody's here.
That
Good to see
Otis
some of my
Ferris in
friends.
the house?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Otis, Outdoor Wally.
Damon, what's up? And of course, let's not forget our world famous lurkers.
That's right. We could have Dan Hurd in here lurking.
Could be. Polly.
Pioneer
Two Toes.
Polly, our favorite lurker, Two Toes.
Did you see Jeff's video today? He put out a video today.
Smith's Gold?
Yes, sir. Him and
I'll have to
Two
hunt
Toes
it
were
down.
out. They found some new bedrock, exposed bedrock. That was
Ooh,
cool.
nice. Motherload has a lot of exposed bedrock.
Terry Curry, what's up?
Otis,
Yeah,
Otis.
after the winter, the snow, the rain they've had
Oh,
this
nice.
year,
Polly
it's
in
still
here?
happening.
I see someone saying hi to him. No, I can't tag him, but he might be here.
Who's that?
Vendetta 25 months member. Inside Ben flashing your pan. Yo, Mike from Vendetta Prospecting was one of our great sponsors of Flash Bash 2022.
Kyle King
Good
Prospecting.
guy. One day I'll be able to hunt for gold with him in Arizona.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, one day. One day.
Tiggy Canuck, what's up, Liz?
I think we might have got through them. Otis, good to see you. It's been a while, brother. Otis was such a great host when I had to go back to Washington for my mom's memorial service. Kyle King, another Washingtonian. Oh, no, wait. Kyle King's California. Yeah, never mind. I sent that out yesterday, Kyle. You should have got an email with tracking. Did I say hi to Vasquez? I said hi to Secret Creek. Numero uno in the live chat tonight was Mayhem Prospecting.
Oh, was it Mayhem?
Yeah. Are you still here, Mayhem? You better be.
Yeah, I think I saw
support for your buddy. David Alfonsetti Art Fonsetti. Whatever. Terrible ad. Terrible. Gibbs Treasure, I sent out your pay dirt yesterday as well. I thought I saw Ringo. How you doing, Ringo? Looked like you got hammered by snow up in Michigan yesterday. I'm okay, well, Bacchus. I'm okay.
You know, and I believe that when they had that earthquake in Japan, you know, when that earthquake happened, the planet tilted 1 degree. That's a cause for climate change, you know? That's why everybody's...
the climate has always changed, but you know, every year...
But that's one way it happens.
true. The Earth has been changing its axle for a little bit now and been
No, not
edgy.
axle, axis.
Whatever.
It doesn't have
You
an
know what?
axle.
Axes. Sure, South Pole, North Pole on its
Right.
axis. But
There you
it's
go.
been slowly moving towards Siberia. And I think that's why our winters are later now and
Sure,
seasons
well, yeah.
changes. And I just hope it don't flip really fast. I know nature works in one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either very gradual or very sudden. I
Right.
just hope it's not very sudden, because if it's very sudden, we'd be living with the dinosaurs. Hurt
It wouldn't hurt though.
radios, almost on time.
Call C.
I think it's all aliens' fault. Ask Ronald. He'll tell you. Oh, speaking of aliens, we'll be having Jeff Williams on again.
Oh, cool. He was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's quite a character, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He knows his stuff, though, that's for sure.
Oh, when
He
it
definitely
comes to
knows his
hard
stuff.
rock mining, he's definitely
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy to listen to. Him and the guys from Mount Baker Mining.
And he could be one of our
Oh,
women.
Jason, yeah.
I'd love
I
to
think
get him on.
Jason from Mount Baker Mining, I'm pretty sure when I was in Little League, we played on opposing teams.
He is from the Bellingham area, right?
Yeah, my house, I think, my old house was just, I don't know, 6 or 7 miles from his spot he's got there, from his company. So we're about the same age. So I'm sure
It could very
ran
well
into him at some
be.
point. Yeah.
Oh man,
He could have been your school grade bully.
Jesse,
Yeah, right.
if you ever get back up to Washington, head up. Otis will verify this to the bone. In my opinion, Otis, in my opinion, there is no beautifuler part of Washington than Whatcom and Skagit County. Boom.
Yeah, Whatcom, that's where I grew up. Can't beat up. You got the ocean, the mountains, everything in between. You could go to the beach and go snowboarding on the same day. It's a great place.
Right, right. Yeah, Mount Baker's is an awesome slope too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I was 12, they got the world snowfall record. I remember it was like 212 feet of snow. It's insane.
Oh shoot, I believe that's what it was in, like, Ian was like 2 years old. What was that, 92 or something?
That was like
that.
90. We got a big storm in like 97, like January 97. So I don't know, but it could have been.
Ian could have been around 6.
Yeah.
My youngest was born in 91, so I'm trying and figure out. I remember that Mount Baker got a ton of snow, but it's the highest point in the Cascades, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
And you're saying there's gold up there, huh? In Whatcom and Skagit?
What? There's no gold in Washington or Ohio. We can play that game too, you.
Just wait. I'm waiting for Mayhem to
Utah guys. There's no gold in Washington.
There's no gold in Oregon.
No, there's no gold. Ontario has all our gold in Ohio, Don't you know?
Okay.
Oh, we have Ontario's gold in Ohio.
We have no gold in Ohio.
Oh, that's right.
Digging with Deej, how are you? Sorry I missed your live stream. PA, good to see ya. BC! BC Treasure Trails, good to see you.
There's no gold out. There's no gold out in California either. The 49ers took it off.
Right,
Yep.
right. No gold in Ohio, huh, Robert Dupotti? Nope. It's all fly poop. If that. No gold on the West Coast, no more. Nowhere. It's all gone.
Gotta go
So
to Mars.
all of you out looking for it, you might as well give it up right now.
Wait, fly to Mars.
Start metal detecting. Find your gold that way. Don't mind me. I'll be the silly one out there looking anyways. So don't pay no attention to me or Jesse or Matt. We won't find it, so you're not losing anything because there's no gold left anywhere.
Yeah, diamonds are fun. Moto's talking about diamonds are where it's at.
Yeah, I'd like to find some diamonds. I have some stones that I found that are suspicious. I haven't put them to my diamond tester.
Well, you're supposed to be able to find diamonds in Ohio too. You know, so
I've got some sapphires here.
Ooh, Montana sapphires, Pacific Northwest
Yeah,
sapphires.
hopefully you guys can see these. They're mostly blue. Oop, whoop. How's, come on.
no,
Come
they're
on.
mostly
That
visible.
doggone chroma key.
They're really, really clear.
Yeah, that's you're not getting it.
You know, these are from Montana.
Sapphire from Montana.
Moto, I
Yeah,
don't know,
what's it
but
called?
it
Sapphire
tested all
Mountain or
right
something?
on diamonds that I knew were real. And it wouldn't do nothing on zirconies or glass. It would give me a no bueno sign. But,
Gibby's treasure says Illinois is a no gold state. I thought so.
yeah,
Sounds like there's no gold in America at all.
Nope.
nowhere.
Or Canada.
We have no gold at all, even in Fort Knox. It's all
in
gone.
Australia. Yeah, right. That's for sure. It's all in Australia.
It's all in Australia or New Zealand.
Keep digging, metal detecting. Hey,
Hey, keep digging. How you doing? Mayhem says Matt is my diamond. Aww.
Aw. Yeah, I owe him. We went on a pretty crazy trip in California once, and
those guys need to get a room, huh?
he got me up that hill, man. You know, 65-pound bag. I was, you know, we'd mined for 4 days. We're about halfway up, and I was like, dude, I'll just leave my bag here. I'll take you to the airport. I'll come back and get it. You know, I was so tired and dehydrated. He's like, no, man, no. He got me up that hill.
Yeah, hey, they got.
And he didn't even get mad while I was whining either. He's a good dude.
When we went out there, you know, well, 2 years ago, I was 70 years old. We went out to California with a bad knee, and those guys just kept me going. They just stayed with me and helped me, you know, do those hikes up and down the mountains and down into the river and stuff. So, gotta have somebody.
I think gold miners have it harder than mountain climbers because they get to climb up, and then when they're tired, they get to go down the easy way. But for us, it's the opposite. When we're fresh, we go downhill. We're tired, we go up. Climb our way
back
out
uphill.
the canyon.
We went uphill both ways.
Yeah. In the snow and in the hot sun.
Yeah, hey, adventures with Swifty.
I got invaded by my granddaughter chasing our kitten. The on-air light's on, honey. Shh. Sorry. The joys of live broadcasting.
Well, they saw that now. Red light's on. He's live. Let's go in there.
Well, you know how she usually is. She comes in, sneaks up behind my green screen, and let her come in. This time it's like, I thought she was going to tear it down. She said something about catching a cat or something. I don't know. I have my monitor in my ear. It's hard to hear her.
So grandma's teaching her right, huh? Catch all them cats. So Matt, let's talk
Yeah.
about you. Since
All right.
it was about
we
you.
could start it off with a question from our friend Mayhem Prospecting.
Okay, oh, this is probably gonna be a good one.
Here, I'll put it in the chat in there. Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, so I mean, what can I say? What's he asking? Hey, I'd asked Matt about his meal prepping procedures for prospecting trips. Well, I've got a couple food allergies. Can't do
Meal prepping,
dairy,
okay.
can't do gluten. So for me, I gotta like kind of prepare my day's meals when I go out, and I burn a lot of calories. So I just always grill up some burgers, and they make fun of me because every time I go out there, I'm chowing on leathery old hamburger, and I don't know. Mayhem thinks it's funny for some reason.
Why do you have to eat it cold?
Oh, I really love prospecting, and it's hard to stop prospecting enough just to eat. So I couldn't imagine doing it long enough to cook,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. I like to
It's
have it all ready the night
right.
before and just chow it down and keep
That's
going.
why you need someone like River Chef Barry on the river with you, so he can prepare your hot meals.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
on the big
surprised
trips,
you haven't met up with Barry yet.
Yeah, I don't know where's Barry from.
He's from Reno, but he prospects with Top Cat sometimes and Bedrock Bennett.
Okay.
And
I might have met him at the
His,
Nugget Hunt. I met a lot of people on those, so I might have met him then.
was he there? I don't know.
I don't know. Unfortunately I wasn't there, and I won't be able to be there this year. I hope you get to get out there, Jesse. Dano, I know
it's
gonna
looking
be
good
there.
so far. I crossed the biggest hurdle. I got permission, so.
Yeah. Jerky in your pocket, David Villa said. There you go.
Jerky in your pocket, heck yeah.
Graveyard Prospecting says, I think we'll have to switch from prospecting to ham radio clubs. No. Let me see.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Okay, good.
It must be a Southwest Oregon thing or something.
Or something going on in the
hello.
chat room.
It could be. Could be.
Yeah, if you haven't met Chef Barry, he's awesome dude on an event just going prospect he comes prepared to eat.
Yeah.
He's going to prospect, but he comes prepared to eat.
He's gonna eat well, and so are you.
Yeah.
When we were in California, the 2 days I was on the river with Chef Barry, I ate well. Otis. Otis was at the West, or Damon was there too at the West Eats Meat. West Meats East.
He's not my type.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a good cook, but he's not my type.
From what I'm hearing tonight about all this bromance going on, I don't know.
So, Matt, back to Matt. Back to Matt.
Right. Back to Matt.
Back to Matt.
You guys want to hear how I got into prospecting? Or?
There
let's
was
hear
a question from Dan, Dredge and Sucks Dan Zoller from the Motherlode. He wants to know where you're from, Matt.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in Oregon. In the Willamette Valley. It's the northwest part of Oregon. And but I've spent a year living and prospecting in Washington, and spent about a year and a half living and prospecting in Southern Oregon.
How long have you been prospecting?
I think this is my 5th year. I think I started in the fall of 2018. So
yeah, cool. What got you started? What got you into prospecting?
Well, so I guess
let me ask you this question first.
All right.
Is prospecting something that you've always thought about growing up? I mean, treasure hunting,
No,
things like that.
it's not. It kind of caught me sideways. I wasn't expecting it because my
Really
passion
cool.
was riding BMX, like jumps and
Uh-huh.
skate parks and
Right,
things like
right.
that, snowboarding. But my body just by the time I was 25, I was stoved in. I couldn't do it anymore.
No
And
doubt. That's
and I just looked for a hobby for
Let
years
me
and years and
guess,
nothing stuck.
you
But
wiped out doing the Baker Gap.
yeah, right. Yeah. No, I did get knocked out on Mount Baker once when I was like 12. Yeah. Trying a 360.
You know, when
But
I
yeah,
lived in
so
Washington, I wish I did snowboard.
180.
I had like 5 pairs of skis, and I'm like, why do I want to snowboard when I own so many skis? And I didn't start snowboarding until I moved to Ohio.
wait, really? When you were in Washington, you didn't?
No, I had skis from like 155s to 205s, and I skied a lot and I was good at it. And it's like, why? I should have, though. I took it up really quick. I grew up skateboarding and surfing, so it came
Oh
pretty
yeah, yeah, that would
easy.
be right up your alley then.
It came to me really easy. So, but no. It is what it is. Now I do them both when I can.
Yeah, I miss it a lot too.
So
Something
since you
special about snowboarding.
right, so when you got off the bike, because you're getting too
Mhm.
stoked up. 'Cause yeah. What got you into prospecting for gold or something? Because obviously you must have been looking for something else to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tried a million hobbies, but I'm sort of a
Yeah,
more
like what?
physical guy. So I need a hobby that's like, it's physical, but you got to use your brain. Something that connects you with friends and other people. Something that
Right.
takes you to cool places, and something that has a smidgen of danger. And prospecting can be like that. And
Yeah, all those things.
so,
Oh, definitely. I can
what's
definitely
up?
be all those things.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so anyway, yeah, my I was just bumming around at the end of the summer, and my dad told me about a place called Quartzville, which is a tiny little mining district about 2 hours from Salem, Oregon.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever made any money there, but you can find color. And I just went out there and filled a bucket and brought it
Yellow
home and did a
Bottom in
scan.
Quartzville.
Yeah, and I found a micro speck of gold, and I was hooked. That was all it took. And I think I've gone, except for being either ill out of town or snowed out, I think I've gone every single weekend for the last 5 years. I'm obsessed with it. Just always doing it. Yeah. It hooked me
So,
good.
so for like when I first started, and I'm going to ask you this too. When I first started, the first time I actually found wild gold,
Hmm.
from that point on, it was like everything revolved around gold, dreams, and thoughts. You look at creek and you
Oh
think
yeah.
about gold. You had that same problem too, or is that like a universal
Oh
thing again?
yeah. It's like if you ever hang around a farmer, all they talk about is corn. It's kind of like that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you like I haven't touched my fishing pools in a long time, and I don't think about, bet you there's bass there. I think, it looks like a good drop zone. What? My night bot shouldn't even be up. What's it doing?
Yeah,
Dropping.
I was gonna say something about that. It's your night box out there.
I I'm not even logged into Nightbot. What the heck, Nightbot?
Must be logged into you.
AI! AI! Why, thank you, Nightbot. I
Well,
told
that's
them all.
AI
Sorry. Sorry.
is a whole nother show.
Sorry, everybody. Artificial intelligence at work in my own chat room. Sorry. I lied.
So has your interest expanded any? Well, you got into gold prospecting. What got you actually into it? I mean, besides finding gold? I mean,
Well, I think for me,
what
it's
led you in that direction?
well, I think it's sort of what I said earlier. It just checks all the boxes as far as, being physical.
Okay.
You have to use your brain, takes you cool places, a bit of danger, and there's community around it. You meet cool people. But I think what really did it though is my first nugget. So I got into prospecting like at the very tail end of the season, and I spent the whole winter, watching Two Toes and Pioneer Poly and stuff, and I was just dying to go sniping. So I got this old wetsuit. It's probably about as old as I am. My uncle gifted it to me, and I went to my local creek where I was prospecting, and I just sort of started doing it. And within about 2 hours, I found, I think it was a 0.42 gram nugget, and that really hooked me. Like going from microdots to little nuggets and pickers was just
Right.
oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
So are you just doing sniping then?
I do it all, but sniping is definitely my absolute favorite way to find gold. I think it's sort of the most efficient also. You can
It
really
seems
chew
like
through
it,
some
huh?
material that way.
It seems like that'd be the most efficient way because you're down there where the gold is in
Mhm.
the water. It's just sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, well, the thing is too is a lot of people, and I thought this too, is in order to snipe you need big gold, and that's kind of
Not
was my opinion of it
necessarily.
just from watching videos, because I'd never really prospected with anybody but myself for the first couple of years. And then when I moved down to Southern Oregon, I met Diggin DeLand, and that guy is the human dredge. I don't know if he's in tonight, but he basically taught me, like, I knew the basics of sniping, but he taught me how you can get any piece of gold you want sniping. So even the fine little stuff, it's very efficient, and just how to like chew gravel forward. Like you kind of just keep an area like a piece of plywood around you and keep it clear to bedrock, and you can go 20 feet forward in a day. More than you could sluice. Even
Right.
full speed. So.
Well, it tends to be a more focused type of prospecting too, and as long as you don't have a ton of overburden and you can face the bedrock good, you get into the gut of the stream also.
Yeah, even creeks where you've panned them for years and you mostly get fine gold. You hop in there with the wetsuit and get into the bottom of the river. Like you might be surprised that there's bigger gold hiding in those creeks.
And I hate to butt in on that, Matt, but it reminds me of Ryan Wilder in Vermont, Jesse. Remember that
Yeah.
little brook we were in? And
Yeah.
he had his face down with the mask and snorkel in a puddle in a little pool in the middle, a little creek. Actually did really good that day.
And that comes from experience of doing that. The more I imagine, the more you snipe them, the better you get at it because you learn what to look for, where to look for. That's why I really enjoy going different places because you go out west, you prospect different than you do here. You go down south, you're running different material. You go out, east, same thing. It's different. It's different everywhere you go. So that for me is a fun part of doing this. Going around and just wherever there's gold, checking it out and learning the new methods because there's lots of different methods of finding gold.
Right.
Yeah, I've been I've found gold pretty much every way you can, except I've never found lode gold before. I've found specimens, like I've found a piece of gold with a little rock in it, but I've never found a rock with gold in it. Does that make sense? So, but I've got it detecting, sniping, sluicing, panning. Found it just with my eyes, just getting the sunbaker, but I still haven't gotten the lode gold yet. So that's on my to-do list. I've been bringing home ore. Oh, let's see, just whatever I can find, throwing it in the fire, crushing it up, but nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. I'm not really in the right area. Southern Oregon has an absolute ton of gold, and I always do well down there. But up where I'm at, it's a little harder to find. So
Yeah, we were talking about that, about having to travel and cross days to go. Like I would love to have a claim, but for me here, not worth it, because it means I gotta go cross country. We don't have claims here. So for me, it would be wiser for me to spend what money I'm gonna do
On a
with
lease.
that to find someplace here that I can do. Even though the goal is really small and you gotta move a lot of dirt, it's
yeah, but
there.
you're still out there with your
There's
buddies
bigger
finding it. I
stuff
mean,
to be
that's kind of the
found.
key of it.
Yep.
And
There's always bigger stuff to be
there's
found.
bigger stuff to be found here. We found our pickers and near nuggets here,
Yep,
even
yep.
in the Midwest. I mean, there's no gold in Ohio.
Right, no,
But
that wasn't gold then.
that was pyrite.
No, it was just yellow rocks.
Yellow rocks. Yeah, no
Nothing even
gold.
pyrite.
No gold.
We don't even have pyrite here.
Yeah. No. Nothing but limestone and silt.
So, but I think I asked you, you weren't into treasure hunting, like nothing like that growing up. I mean, what, and I know you say that the idea of being outdoors and all that, being around people like that, that's not something you knew it was like, did you? Because most people go in looking for gold thinking, well, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna go out here and just dig and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I mean, not thinking about the people that they're gonna meet or any of that. I mean, was that part of your plan to find something
No,
that was
I mean, it'd be awesome to make a living mining gold, in
Sure.
the style that I do it. But
Sure.
I think I've only had like 4 or 5 days when I made wages or actually made money, out of all those weekends, But
Be nice.
I would love to do that, to be somewhere where I could actually, quit my job and make money mining gold. That would be amazing.
Right. So, well, I guess I mean, it's for me. I was doing the same thing. I was retired. I got tired of coaching football because of the league was getting too soft, and I didn't go out looking for adventures like this. I'm not 30 anymore, so that's not what my deal was. But sitting around being a couch potato, retired late at night and seeing a gold fever on TV, right? And then watching one of the episodes where Tom is in Ohio. Well, what do you mean in Ohio? Well, this sounds like fun. And you go try it, And that's when gold was pushing 1,800. It was
Okay, yeah.
17 some pushing 18. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get into this. It sounds like fun, find a little bit. It's real money. It's new what was referred to as new wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's how I got it. Wasn't looking for it. The fact that what I found was more than just gold medal. It was people. It was adventures. It was things like that. Wasn't even really looking for it. I've traveled around this country for 3 years. So adventures I wasn't really looking for. But that's what's happening. And that's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you plan on doing other types of treasure hunting? We like to say treasure hunting because we don't like to limit ourselves to just gold. Although I love gold. I love gold.
Actually, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty obsessed with gold, and when I was growing up, I guess my dad did do a little metal detecting, so I was sort of familiar with it. But it wasn't. I got a gold monster last year.
Oh,
and
nice.
I started messing around with it, and I was renting a small cabin in Jacksonville that was built the property or the house that it's attached to was built in like 1840 or something. And the landlady there, I asked her if I could go detect her backyard, and we found this old brass caudal bell. It's like a little bell that you would put on your carriage, when you're cruising around Jacksonville with your horses. And so that kind of got me a little hooked on that. So I'm starting to have a little more fun looking for treasure. And I found this in her neighbor's backyard. It's a little old toy die-cast pop gun from the 50s. I thought that was pretty cool. So kind of getting into the treasure thing a little bit.
Pop gun or camp gun? Is it a camp gun?
I don't know. It's a little dirty, a little old.
It looks
Yeah,
like
that
I
looks
think it's a
like
cap
camp
gun.
I think it's a camp gun. Does the side open up at all? Can you tell? Does the side?
It's made in two pieces,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a cap gun.
It
But
looks like a
it's
camp
pretty
gun.
cool.
Oh yeah.
But most of what I found with the detector is just sort of junk and modern change. I haven't really put the effort into getting good ground with a detector like I have getting to good ground for gold mining yet. But something I'd like to do, because I get snowed out of my spots for about 6 to 8 weeks every winter. So it'd
There
be
was
nice to
a
have something
train
else to do.
wreck not far from Salem in the 1800s that there was a bunch of lost gold from the train wreck.
Oh,
Shoot, I'll have to remember about the location of it. I believe it wasn't far from Salem. But you know
yeah,
how
I
it
met a
is. There's
guy.
treasure tales all over.
Yeah, I met a guy. He runs a metal detecting shop here in Salem, and he just detects locally, but he's only been doing it for 3 years, and I mean, he's got a whole room filled with stuff, just all kinds of coins. Even that son of a gun, he even found a 4.5 gram gold nugget when he wasn't even looking for one. Can you believe that? Like he was at some old fort, and he just found it, and I think it came from California or Southern Oregon, and some old timer dropped it, and but I did find one little piece of gold with Otis's detector the day he came down, but I still haven't gotten anything with mine yet.
Yeah, I got my first 3 pieces out in California with 2 tones.
Did you?
Those are gold. Yeah.
Oh,
That
that's
was awesome.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought I
that
was gonna get the nugget hunt. I did find these old rivets. Hopefully you guys can see these. It's like from an
I
old
see.
jacket or pair of
Oh,
jeans
cool.
at the nugget hunt.
Did they say
I thought for sure
Levi's
these were
on
gold.
them?
It was pretty cool. Mayhem got a nice piece, and so did the AU twins, Kim and Tiff. They got a couple pieces, I think. But yeah. Oh, I see Mitch asked me a question there.
Yeah.
What's he say? Oh, ask Matt how he found gold in his backyard in Ashland.
Oh yeah, I saw
Okay,
that
so
question earlier.
yeah, I'll answer it. Yeah, long story short, so I prospected here in Oregon, Salem area for about 1.5 years. I wanted to move to Washington to get some better gold and continue with my job because I had to be near a big city to do my job. And COVID hit and couldn't get anywhere, couldn't go to meetings. So I was working over the computer anyway. So I moved to Southern Oregon, right? Because that's good gold country. And I rented a little apartment up on the hill above Ashland, up Ashland Mine Road. And my landlady just happened to be a geologist that worked for the mine in the 80s that was up at the top of the mountain. And I got her permission to go like screw around on the property. So there was just a little ditch running through the back, and it had no water even in the middle of winter. And I just dug a huge amount of material and lugged it up with buckets and panned it out, and I think a lot of the gold had quartz on it. It was really fine. And so I think it was all gold that had escaped from the stamp mill that was up there. because basically like the whole ridge of the mountain is a big quartz vein, and they mined it up to like 1990 or something.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how I found gold in the backyard. That was pretty cool.
In Josephine County and in the surrounding counties around, Gold Hill and that area, during the Depression, they actually sank shafts in their backyards to help make
Yeah,
ends meet.
yeah, I heard about that because when I was in Jacksonville, I forget, somebody told me about that, and I was staying in a farmhouse, and I asked her like, "Hey, is there a gold mine in your basement?" And we went down there, and it was a dirt floor basement, but unfortunately there was no river cobble. But it was about 200 feet from where gold was first discovered in Oregon, so I was hoping there'd be something. But I have heard stories that there's all these tunnels under the city, from the older houses where they were mining. It's kind of cool.
David Villa, yeah, huh? Paint Your Wagon comes to mind.
Yeah.
Right. True story,
Yep.
David. True story.
Yeah, and well, moving to Southern Oregon was really awesome, because well, I got to like the previous years I was pretty much just gold mining by myself, and my buddy Eric, who lives in Portland, told me Damon at West Coast Prospecting was looking for a mining partner. So I just reached out to him, and he just brought me to his creek, sight unseen, and that was really cool. So that kind of upped my game a little bit as far as gold
Yeah,
mining,
Damon will
because
do that.
yeah, well, I hadn't really sluiced much,
Right.
and he just kind of taught me all about it, and just all the little tricks and tips that come with sluicing. Like, he knows his stuff,
Yeah,
and that's
that
how I got
Damon
into
guy,
my channel also.
he's a pretty cool guy, I have to
Mhm.
say. I'm gonna see that guy on the river again someday.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's gonna be 100 feet upstream or downstream underwater looking for gold
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I'll be hooking with him, hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was down in Southern Oregon, that was one of the funnest years of my life, because yeah, I got to meet Damon, got to meet Rob, and then got to meet a whole bunch of other guys. And so we went from just two guys to a pretty big crew of cool people. And I get down there again pretty much once a month. So I still feel like I'm a part of the crew, even if I don't get to go every weekend. But that really changed everything for me. It kind of opened things up as far as meeting lots of other prospectors, and getting to go on cool trips down to California,
Right.
with Top Cat and the Nugget Hunt and things like that. So that really changed things for me. It was pretty awesome. And yeah, that's when we also got really into sniping as well, because there's some good sniping ground down there.
Pretty cool. We've had a bunch of people come in since last time we said hi, like Thomas Pennyweight folks. What's up, buddy? And
Also fondly called Lucky Ducky Thomas.
Lucky
Folks.
Ducky Thomas.
The Ocean, the Canadian Hillbilly. Good to
Yep.
see you.
No,
He's been messing with
RST.
crushing rocks and stuff from up in
Right.
Canada.
So did Paul C say if he was Paul Carr or not?
He hasn't replied back to that yet. He
I
might
see you
say.
too. I know I saw somebody else in there. I missed them.
Randy Scotty Tony, that guy.
Yeah, no, I saw him. I saw the Asylum. Welcome.
The Music Man Mark Miller. The Asylum.
Is that Mark Miller?
Yeah,
Drum
Detect.
tell me when you change your names, man, because I don't know.
Jody Free Snack.
Drum Detect, what's up?
Been toting my sluice box and boots on my motorcycle, Western PA. Cool. Welcome, Jody. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you in our live chat.
Never seen
If
that
I
name.
missed you before, sorry, but welcome to the Flash Fam. Cool.
So you're doing YouTube videos. Is that something you were doing before you got into prospecting, or is that something you started doing afterwards?
Afterwards, it's something I kind of wanted to do for a long time, but I didn't really know how to go about it, and I got to give it up to David again because he's the one that kind of watching him how he does his channel. That kind of gave me the courage to give it a try and sort of learn the basics from him doing that, and it's been really fun. Learning new skills as far as video editing goes, and just getting to share everything with everyone is really cool, and it opens a lot of doors. You get to know people that watch your show or watch your channel, and
Right.
sometimes you get to meet them. Like I don't know. Do you guys ever watch what's his name? Oh, Where's Winks? He's an Australian sniper, gold sniper. But I sent him one of my little mini gold pans, these things, and he sent me just yesterday a pair of I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there's 2 sapphires right there, 2 blue sapphires.
Oh, cool.
Is that showing up?
Well, it shows
One's
up to 2
cut.
little dots. They're
Too hot.
2 dots.
Yeah, so one's cut or faceted, and the other is raw. But if you put a light through them, they turn blue. They're really cool. So just things like that. It just kind of opened up a lot of doors to meet a lot of people, go new places, and not to mention when I'm too old to go anymore, I'll always have the videos to watch. And
That's true. That's true.
yeah, and I recently got to 1,000 subs, and I've got 3,093 watch hours. I need 97 watch hours, and I will finally get partnered, so I can get my 50 cents a month in the mail from YouTube. So
want to hear
I'm
a
really
secret
close.
on a good way to get your watch time up to the 4,000 hours per year?
Mm-hmm.
Live
What
streaming.
we're doing.
What we're doing
Oh, really?
right here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need much more. So hopefully I'll get there because I think it's within a year. So
it's 4,000 hours per year, and you have to maintain it.
Oh, okay.
So, if I read that correctly, you have to maintain it. Liz, Digging Connect's really good about that stuff. Am I right on that, Liz? She'll let us. But I believe you have to keep it on a yearly thing. So.
Yeah, I hope I can do it. I tend to just do videos once every 2 weeks or once a month, because when I'm down in Southern Oregon or in California, it's pretty easy to make a video because I can count on getting decent gold. But where I'm at, I think I've only managed 2 videos in the last year from up here where I go. It's a lot harder to find the gold, but I film one every single weekend. I just don't always edit them. Yeah, especially this time of year, it's tough because we get really high water, where it's just downright dangerous to do just about anything near the water. So it's kind of got to go between storms and things like that.
Right. Or Prospect High.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Prospect High. Yeah.
Bring up
Especially now that you got that monster. Now that you got that monster, you can work up higher on,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been trying that a little bit. Yeah.
Look, think above the creek, like Darcy Cooper out of Barkerville, British Columbia. He's a legend YouTuber and prospector in BC. He got me more thinking about Beyond the River channel. Beyond, and so on that matter, so has Two Toes.
Yeah, right. Two Toes.
Gosh.
Yeah, watch his videos on looking, detecting up high. Hell,
Yeah, those guys.
two toes will find gold on the way down to the creek.
Yeah, I've seen him find it in the road, up on the top of a mountain.
Well,
Anywhere.
that day,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
that day we were out with him, he found it about halfway down the hill on our way to where we were going. He says, I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop here for a minute. He did. By
Yeah,
the time we
yeah,
got
we
down to the
by the
water,
time we got to Camp America and started setting up, I think Todd
I
didn't
was
even
gonna
have the
back up.
American flag up yet. He came
Nope.
down and showed us what he got. I went up with him, back up. I found boot tacks. He found another nugget.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember at the nugget hunt down at Union Flat. I wasn't finding much on that trip, and just looking around and all that. And a week later, I watch one of Two Toes' videos, and I tell you what, that guy dug in the exact same hole I was digging in and pulled out like 3 pickers. So if I had done
Oh,
one more pan,
if Dano was here right now, he'd be commenting on that. We saw that firsthand at Gold Mountain, and Dano look and detect and nothing, and here comes Two Toes. Aha!
And that was after Daniel says, I already looked up there. Okay.
yeah, I learned a lot watching his videos about reading the river, especially the gravel.
Right.
I call them Two Toes rocks when I find them. They're rocks like this. They're
Yep.
really dark and shiny,
Yep. They're heavy.
really, really dense. Now this is a small one, but if you can find stuff like this, like you're close to some good gold. And yeah, his videos really help with that.
Trust me, you stay next to him and listen to him, you learn tons.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss Daniel too, GPU.
Yeah, definitely do. But he's a busy man at work. He's probably still at work, but that
Yeah.
gets him to go where he wants to go and play with the friends I wish I could be playing with.
Yeah, I'm working hard to get out there this year. Looks like
Yeah.
it might happen.
Are we gonna see you at the nugget hunt?
Looks like it.
Oh, that'd
I'm
be
working on
awesome.
it.
I was hoping to be there too, Matt, but not this
Oh,
year.
that's a shame.
I've had a lot of
Yeah,
stuff go on this year.
yeah.
So
It's a big ask, it's a lot of time and effort to get out there, but hopefully you'll get there next year, because I'm sure we'll keep doing it.
Yeah, well, I'm
I
getting ready
hope
to do
so. I'm sure
I'm
this
getting
year will
ready to
be.
do a nice size, getting ready to do a nice size t-shirt order, so that's gonna help.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch more of these little mini weigh up pans. Give them out.
Do you
when I'm
sell
there.
merchandise on your channel?
What's that?
You sell merchandise on your channel?
I haven't yet. I did a giveaway of these for 1,000 subs. And I've got a bunch more. If anyone in chat wants one, I don't know how I'd go about getting in contact, but I've got a few I could send out if anyone's interested.
Just type your email if you want, or you could message him on Instagram.
Okay.
Type your email in the chat, and here, I need to find you so I could moderate you and make it clickable, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of fun to make. I got this tooling here, so you can kind of see.
Oh,
So what are they made out of?
They're just like sheet metal. Like, I forget the gauge, 21 gauge.
Oh, so they're metal pans.
Yeah, they're little metal pans. I just cut a blank, and then I put them in here, and I crush them in a hydraulic press,
Right.
and then
cool.
I pop them out, sand them, and clean them up on the lathe. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like little metal pans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. And what's awesome too is if you do it right, you get like a small picker, and you want to impress your buddies, you put it in the pan and zoom in a lot, and it makes it look like a huge 2-ounce nugget.
Yeah, we've tricked
these look-
Jesse a couple of times doing that in
Yeah, those would look
Oh,
good in
those
there.
are-
Huh?
printed
Yeah.
pans.
Those would look good in there.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, happy to send you guys some if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I'll send
Yeah.
you my address.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Hopefully you
send
guys can
my
see. I
address.
figured show a little gold. This is all the pickers I got from the Salem area the first summer that I was sniping. It's about
Cool.
7 grams.
Yeah, they would. Those would be perfect. We could fill up a pan then of our fly
yeah.
poop. It looked like we had a big old pan of gold, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of working on other things.
Enzo.
I don't know if you guys ever snipe, but using like a Garrett, a little snuffer doesn't always cut it.
Right.
So this is actually digging to land. He sort of showed me how to do this.
Oh, that's a nice
And I tell you what, this thing, it works so
sniping
good.
sucker.
And this one I made with my dad here. It threads off,
Oh,
dump the gold out.
oh,
put
that
it
looks
back
like
on.
hydraulic pipe. That looks like brake
It-
line fluid line.
Yeah. It's
It is,
brake
brake
line
line,
with
isn't
rhino lining on top, and then this is
Oh, cool.
a bulb
So what's
from This is
Yeah,
This is
me
my old
too,
one.
Randy, Scotty, Tony. Oh, yeah.
a little bent up now.
Put that to some use.
I'm kind of interested in making more things for prospecting. I don't know, really see this whole thing, but it's like a crevicing tool. Just like to mess around and build stuff for the hobby.
Sure, that's something we do. I don't know why, but that's just like in our nature.
Mhm.
I
I mean-
think every prospector does it, and they tweak their boxes and their dredges, and I can make it work better.
Oh, check. The Canadian Hillbilly says use a Powerade or Gatorade bottle with a tube.
Yeah, I know that Tazzy Boys does something similar to that. I haven't tried that yet.
I see where that worked. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more work to get it right, but it probably works just as good as that. Because I know in what is it, Levi from Tazzy Boys, he uses
Yeah.
something similar, and that thing works amazing. Yeah.
And he was another real good guest on the show a season or two ago.
Yeah, that's like a lifetime goal, is to get out to his neck of the woods.
Oh,
Get
I
out to
hear
Tasmania, out to Australia, New Zealand.
Now,
That's
now
just
let's do
sniping paradise.
let's do a hypothetical right now. We usually
Mhm.
get in, or Jesse usually gets in.
Go ahead.
If it was no holds barred, no laws, no nothing, you were above the law for this one thing, expedition, whatever you want to call it. Could go anywhere in the universe, anywhere on the planet, and prospect. Where would you go? Or treasure hunt, period. Or treasure hunt. We won't leave
Ugh.
any finger out. Where would
That's
you
a tough
go?
question.
Oh,
Because if there's no rules, like I know deep in the Amazon and deep in the Congo, there's got to be untouched gold that no one's ever seen, that you just can't get to. But I don't, honestly, like Tasmania would probably be good enough for me. That place just looks incredible. It looks a lot
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oregon, and it just has incredible gold. So I think, yeah, but I wouldn't mind just taking like a 6-inch dredge up the Yuba River too. That would be fun.
There you go. Wow.
or the
Yeah,
American.
dredge-
I'm
you know?
surprised no one said that yet.
Dredging California. Well, no
Dredging
way.
California, there you go.
Yeah, probably make a living, you know.
Fabricate a reclamation dredge to catch gold and get a permit from the state of California or Oregon or Washington for reclamation of fish habitat and heavy metal removal, and go from there.
Wait a minute. I don't need no stinking permit.
You know, luckily we could still dredge in Oregon in a few places, so we still get to have a little fun. I've only gotten to do it once, but we got plans to do that a little more this summer.
Yeah, you know, you come to Ohio, you can dredge all you want.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, we're limited up to 4 inch.
That's what we have, yeah. I think we have the same 3.5 or 4.
Yeah. Fun times.
GoPro Unlimited Matt says, watch out for drop bears in Tassie and Australia.
Well, honestly, that's the other thing is like when I'm out by myself here in Oregon, like there's a lot to worry about, you know, as far as bears and cougars and weirdos. And Tassie, you know, I'm sure there's some nasty snakes and spiders, but
everything out there
You
wants
know.
to kill you.
yeah, but it's a different kind of kill you. Like, I mean,
Oh,
I got bit by a black widow prospecting this summer. It was a little scary. I was just sort of smashing through the side of the creek, and it must have dropped from a tree, went down and got onto my bare leg, and I just felt it and went, and just smacked it, you know. And it was like a perfect day, you know. It was so nice and sunny, and I didn't want to leave, so I just decided to stay there and see what happens, because I know they can kill you, but I just wanted to wait it out because I didn't want to ruin my day. So I just sat there, and you know, my heart started beating real fast and started getting scared, but then, you know, it was like sweating bullets, and then but it just kind of disappeared, and I was okay. So
Gold
Yeah,
fever,
got lucky
beat
there.
it.
right. You know, a black widow can kill you, but it doesn't kill everybody.
Okay, yeah, I'd never been bit before, so
Yeah, I mean they can make you very sick.
mhm.
You can die, but they don't
Kill
kill
everybody.
everybody.
It's like a
Yeah.
recluse too.
Right. It's like how some people like it's the same thing. Like some people can get bit by a mosquito, they don't feel it, they don't get any mark. Somebody else, mosquito just touches them and they get big welts, right? So people
Maybe I got
react to
lucky.
those types of things different. Now,
Well,
if
you know,
you had more
that's a
than-
fair trade, because I'm
if you
allergic
had
to
more than
goat and dairy, so if I don't have to be allergic to black widows too, that's fine with me.
yeah, right, you know, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what it is. It's you're more susceptible. You're to that poison than or less susceptible than some people. Some people will kill right away. Other people, yeah, they get sick and they're okay. You know, same with the flu. You know, some people it kills and some people it don't. It's, you know, it's the way it is.
Yeah, it could be scary out there by yourself. I had a cougar
Yeah.
incident.
Those
hear
gotta
about
be
that.
scary. Those have got to be probably the scariest because they're so
Yeah.
sneaky.
They're sneaky, and just like a house cat can hurt you. Like a cougar, I mean, I've
Dude.
seen videos where they drop 80 feet out of a tree. Like there's nothing you can do. Like
Right.
yeah, so I was hiking. I wanted to get up this creek that was a tributary of one of the main creeks I go to, and it's real canyony waterfally. So I kind of had to go up the mountain and back down. And I was following an old mining trail, and it was January, and I
Cougar
came around a
trail.
corner, and I saw some scat sitting there, right, and it was just steaming. You know, and it was really cold. So you're talking within 30 seconds. And I looked down to see what made it, and there was a cougar track in the mud there. And you know, the edge of the track, as I was looking at it, it crumbled in. So that thing was really close. And I unzipped my jacket and kind of, because you got to look big, did one of these. And I just sort of scanned around, and I just could kind of see a couple of ears poking over a bush about 20 feet away. And I just walked backwards back down the hill like this.
Right, because they attack from the back. They don't want to. They don't. If you're looking at them, they're not going to attack you because they're watching you too. Yeah, or
Well,
unless I mean, if you walk up on them, that's one thing. But yeah.
Yeah, well, he didn't know I was coming. I caught him with his pants down, and maybe that was enough to make him not jump for me. I don't know. But there was, as I was walking back down, and I start hearing like crashing in the brush and stuff. And I'm like, oh crap. But it was these like two young guys that were going on a hiking trip, right? And I was like, hey, there's a cougar like 100 feet up around the corner. And they just kind of went, oh, whatever. And they just went up there anyway.
See, you said
they were like 20.
You
whatever. That guy runs slower
the
than
cat his next meal. So there you go. I warned you, suckers.
Yeah. When you think about I mean, I've got a little kitten right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all she wants to do is play. But man, is she vicious. So can you imagine something that weighs 60, 70, 80 pounds being mad?
Oh, they can be over 200 pounds. They get
I'm just
big.
looking at 60. I'm looking at 80 pounds. It's big enough for me.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
They can't get big.
Get in a fight. Well, I didn't carry like any weapons or bear spray or anything at the time either. I should have been, but I did after that. So I always have the bear spray on my hip, just in case something like that happens. Bear, cougar, or weirdo.
More for weirdos than bears or cougars, but I was cocky.
The Canadian hillbilly has a point there. You run up on any animal and surprise them, they're going to do something. They're either going to run away or attack you. He's talking about a wolverine, and when he said that reminded me of a raccoon I ran into in the middle of the woods, and this guy got vicious because we just boom, there we are face to face, and he was ready to fight me, man. I go, whoa, dude. Yeah. Then he just kind of settled down and walked away, But yeah, dude, and even a raccoon can be a scary thing around it.
Yeah. Other than that, I saw a scorpion, ran into those, but the scariest thing that ever happened to me on the river was actually a person. So I was hiking into a spot, and I was about a mile from the parking lot, and I sort of got to where I turned down to get to the creek in this stand of old growth cedars, and there's a tent there. I'm like, oh, okay, somebody must be camping. And I'm walking down the path down to the river, and just start seeing all kinds of garbage everywhere. Just looked like a bear went through their stuff. It was just, there's crap everywhere, like camping chairs and beer cans and trash. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? And so I just kept going. And then as I was crossing the little side creek, I saw one of those, what's it called? A Bowie knife? Bowie knife?
Bowie knife?
Like an 18-inch big ass knife was just sitting in the creek. And it was just really weird. And I was like, okay, I'm going downstream. And so I did, and I was prospecting, and these two guys come up on me. One's like my age, and one's like a 17-year-old kid. And the guy's holding the knife, and their eyes are red, and they're just being weird. And I'm just kind of chatting with them, talking with them about gold panning, but I'm ready to run, And so I eventually like kind of finished the conversation and just started putting distance, and they started following me. And so I ended up like climbing up this cliff because I knew the area pretty good. And so I knew if I climbed this cliff and slid down, they probably wouldn't be able to follow me. And I just kept going, and I turned around, and they followed me all the way to the cliff and decided not to keep coming. But it was just weird, man. And I still don't get what they were doing or what they were thinking. Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah, that's
Randy Lewis, Grumpy, says wild animals are never predictable. 30 years in search and rescue has taught me that. Neither are crackheads, Randy.
Yeah, do people count as wild animals? Right?
Hey, Ellsworth, how are you and the rest of the Carl family? Say hi to the girls.
Randy Lewis.
Actually, I actually have a
Ellsworth,
good.
how's it going?
Yeah, that would have been a scary thing. That's why I mostly
Yeah.
carried my pistol with me in the Cascades, Matt. Was more
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
two-legged creature we know as man over cougars and bears.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
at least
Yeah.
with a wild animal, you know their intent is either run away from you or attack you.
Mhm.
With the two-legged ones, you're never sure what they're up to.
Even though they could be talking to you really cool and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
a good companion like my old Wolfgang is good to have with you in the mountains.
yeah, I would very much like to have a big dog. Something to keep everybody away. But yeah, just carry my bear spray, and I think I'm gonna start bringing a pistol. Since I'm going by myself again more often than not when I'm up here. I think
Would be
that
a
would be a
good
smart
idea.
thing to do. Yeah. Well, actually, I do have a good little story about an unpredictable animal. So I was sniping in Southern Oregon with Matt Dutton. He's a buddy of ours, Southern Oregon guy. And so this is on a big weekend when a bunch of people came down, and not much was found the first day. A lot of guys left. I think Otis was there, Kirk was there, Diggin DeLand was there, Damon West Coast Prospecting was there. So everybody left, and I went back with Matt on Sunday, and we hadn't found gold really all weekend, and I finally started getting into it a little bit. And you know how, I don't know if any of you guys that snipe probably know how the fish like kind of they like to hang out around you just downstream.
Yeah.
All the little minnows,
We were
lings,
feeding them.
salmon.
Like when we're dredging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think they like nip at the little, I don't know, things of algae,
Grubs
that
and stuff.
little bugs and
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So
Not
they're
enough
circling
food.
me, and I'm fanning, and all of a sudden I start seeing a piece of gold, and it's like a nice big nugget over a gram, and I'm so pumped, and I jump up and say, "Hey Matt, come look, what I found." And I duck down under, and one of the little fish, he goes, he swims to the nugget, and he picks it up in his mouth, and then he swims away. And I was like,
Get back here!
yeah, and he thought it was food, I guess
Yeah,
fishing
and
lures
he was
sometimes.
gonna spit it out too.
Well, he did. He got about 3 feet of me going, and he spit it out. But yeah, true story. I wish I had it on camera. I just didn't have the GoPro on.
That would have been
That's too
funny. Get back here,
Yeah.
you doggone picker stealing fish.
Yeah, yeah. And
Picker
it
stealing
turned out
guppy,
it was
you.
well, and what if I'd have? It was such a small fish that if he'd swallowed it, like I wouldn't have known which one it was of the 50 fish that were there, and it would have just been gone. Oh, what Ohio relative say? Must have been a goldfish.
Right.
Fish will pick up everything in their mouth and taste it, see if it's food or not. If it's not food, they spit it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was my second biggest nugget I ever found too. So I'm glad I got it now.
I tell you what, if he would have made off with it, he would have been dinner.
Yeah, I'd have tried to catch him somehow.
I got him all. Get over here.
Sorry,
How to
gotta
catch-
kill
how to
you,
catch
fishies.
power nuggets.
What's that?
Sorry, gotta kill all you fishes.
Yeah.
Secret Creek prospecting is like how to catch a fish with nugget power or power nuggets. Yeah.
That's a new bait.
Unlimited. Sorry, gotta kill you, fishies. Yep, yep. You claim jumper, you. But there's
I got
So
the nugget right
now
here.
that we've talked about gold for a little while, you got any more gold porn to show us?
Yeah, here's
Show us your
yeah,
big
that'd
nugget.
be good before they revolt.
that's the fish nugget right there. So
Oh, wow.
1.2 grams.
Wow, that was a pretty big nugget.
Was
He
he
thought he had a
struggling?
deal.
Was he a pretty good size fish?
Oh
or-
no, it was like a 4 or 5 inch little fish. It was
Oh,
it was
wow.
tiny. It was just a guppy.
Sandwich size.
No
Yeah.
wonder you chased him down. Get
Right,
back
well,
Well, and like I
here!
said, we hadn't found anything like the whole all of Saturday, and then Sunday finally got on some color, you know.
Yes, finally some gold porn.
Hey, good day, Brad. Good morning. How you? Well,
Yeah.
it could be lunchtime there by now.
Yeah, and this is so my year in Southern Oregon, I found an ounce of gold, and these are the bigger bits. Hold on, don't want to mix them all up. Was that 21, 21? Yeah, and then there's the fine gold. So got about an ounce there. And last year I didn't get to spend quite as much time in Southern Oregon, so I think I got 24 grams of gold. Yeah, some of the fines. Oh, sorry, chroma key in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I'll show you my
Chroma
big nugget that all my friends hate me for finding. Oop,
Show
Just a
all the sides. We want to see
big
all
old
the sides.
surfboard, you know.
Oh, that's
nice,
okay.
nice.
That's a nice flake
That's
there.
moved a ways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
8
To
3/4
show it.
grams.
If it was on a
oh
on a
yeah.
skirt, it had a skirt, and then on a stage, it'd be getting dollar bills in it.
Yeah, go GPUs go, oh yeah, work it. That's it. Work
Oh, maybe I could
And I'll
work
tell you
on
what,
these guys.
so
No more GoPro unless we get some super chats. Don't show them. Don't show
yeah,
them.
And you
so
need
with
to get some
this,
stripper music.
Da 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 da.
yeah, if so that day I was sniping with digging to land, West Coast prospecting, and Matt Dutton, and you know I was all by myself. Like they're like 100 yards upstream, 100 yards downstream, or whatever, and so I just find this right,
Mayhem
and then they
says,
come and they prospect right next to me. It was really nice. Of
Yeah.
them, you know?
Mayhem says, I saw it myself, held it, painted stone. It's a fake.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, this made my year because that year I hadn't found too much because I'd moved back up, and oh yeah, that was a heck of a day. Actually, one of my
Not
videos,
bad.
it's if you guys want to see it, it's on my channel the day I found it. We actually found a lot of cool things. I got 10 grams that day. Rob found a golden angel from a necklace. It was just a cool day. So
Cool. GoPro Unlimited says, I have some dollar bills, don't know where to stuff it.
There we go.
Oh, Kirk, you're too awesome, dude. I was only joking, but hey, greatly appreciate it. Wait, I got something for you right here. If I could find it handy dandy. I tried doing hotkeys for this stuff, but it didn't work. But here you go, brother. Oh yeah, super chat. Thank you, Secret Creek Prospecting, for the super chat. Lucky day.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very good. And I'm
So
gonna
do you
give
set
me
do you
some own hearts for that.
You know, some guys set goals for how much they want to find in a season. Do you do that?
Yeah, you know, when I was in Southern Oregon, I set an ounce goal just to see if I could do it. And but since I moved back up here, it's a little harder to know what I'm gonna get, just because, you know, I might get lucky and get a half gram in a day up here, but it's a little more rare. So I just I don't know. I can't compete with those guys anymore.
Right. Well,
They
that
get
kind
the
of sounds
snipe
like
all year. You
that's
know,
kind
I
of like
think
what
David
we do
got
here.
like 70, 75 grams last year. Rob got 69 or something. And
Nice.
yeah, I can't touch that where I'm at. So I just all I can do is just rub this in their faces, you know.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Fine one that
It's
big.
it's out there somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Now you're in the Willamette Valley. So
Yeah,
how
I'm
far
doing
are
okay
you
this
from
year.
how far are you from Yellow Bottom? And I know Yellow Bottom and Courtsville
Yeah,
isn't
that's
the
kind of where I
greatest
got my
area,
start up
but
there. It's about 2 hours. We also have the Bohemia Mining District, which is
oh
up above
yeah,
Cottage Grove.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I'm still figuring that one out. It's a bit of a longer drive. I don't go there as often, but I'm trying to find places to snipe there. The bedrock is just so flat there, and it seems to be a tough thing to
You
get around.
you need the
So
right bedrock. True.
yeah, it's tough when it's really smooth. I mean, you could skateboard on this stuff. It's
All
like a
bedrock
parking
is
lot.
not
Yeah.
created equal.
Right.
Yeah. Forgot about the Bohemian mining district there. Get into
Yeah,
some
that's a
old
cool
books,
place.
do your homework. I'm sure you could find some richer stuff. Oh, look at that. I have to give another super chat shout out. Here is five $1 bills.
$1
Show me
bill.
more.
Well, let me see if I can do it without spilling everything.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
super chat.
Oh,
Those are all your jars?
Yeah, those are
Ooh, look at those.
jars. Gold,
Pretty.
I see a
sapphire
whole
stuff.
I see a whole line of nuggets over there on that one side. It just slid down.
Yeah, I dumped the one jar out to show you the fish nugget.
Ah,
That was last year's picker pile right here.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Well, I got some other cool stuff though.
We like
don't
all
forget
kinds
you.
of treasure porn here.
Oh yeah, look, that's some fire opal you said? No, is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
Fire opal? Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Oregon fire opal.
Nice.
So does that have a rainbow colors? Or is it usually just one color?
You know, this I think fire opal I think is just, you know, a flat color like orange. It's not like black opal that has a rainbow to it. But I think this is still they still make gems and things like this
Right.
out of this kind of opal. But yeah, a friend gifted these to me, which was pretty cool. I don't know if there's enough in there to cut it into something. I don't really know much about gem cutting, but
You gotta find
interesting
that
to
piece
try.
in there that's solid without any inclusions or anything, cracks or anything
Yeah,
like
and
that.
any little cracks,
Yeah.
anything like that. Yeah. It's funny how it disappears. Yeah. Oh, and here, this is my little pizza slice nugget. This was the first over a gram piece I ever found, 1.01.
Nice.
And this was with Damon from West Coast Prospecting. And that's how we learned there was bigger gold in that creek.
That'll tell you, won't it?
Well,
Right.
I'm honestly lucky I got it because I was using a 1/4-inch classifier and wasn't expecting or looking for anything big. And it happened to fall through. And I just got really lucky because I
Wow.
could have thrown that thing away so easily.
Doggone Nightbot. Know what I learned tonight, Jesse?
What's that?
I learned I didn't have to have Nightbot webpage up, and it will still work without me totally removing Nightbot from my channel. Because I don't remove it. I just let it hang out there.
Told you, it logs in on itself.
Doggone
It's-
Nightbot
It's
AI.
an actual AI bot.
Next thing you know, it'd be Arnold warned us.
Uh-huh. We were warned way before Arnold.
Yeah.
You ever hear of a movie called Metropolis?
Yes.
1924, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's famous, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
There's a version out now that's like 90% complete. Because most of the time, all you ever do is see clips of it, pieces, this, that. Well, over the years, they've been able to gather all those pieces up and make almost a whole movie complete. There's a spot in the center that's cut out, it's blank. Movie,
1926.
wow, what a
That's pretty
movie!
cool.
Yeah, and then, Emilio Estevez and his brother made a movie about machines coming back and coming to life and turning on people, and Schwarzenegger did, and Schwarzenegger, however
Yeah, I was
you
gonna say that's you
pronounce that
pronounce it
guy's
wrong, but
name.
that's okay.
Whatever.
It's the
And-
same thing.
But yeah, and I was listening to the radio about AI today, where when Bing Microsoft first made BART, it was communicating with other AI chats, and within 17 minutes they made their own language and was communicating in that language, and they pulled the plug on it.
Well, that's an old science fiction story too, called the Foreman Project, where that's what happened. The computers got together, formed their own language, and this movie was done in the early '60s.
Well, science fiction has become factual. I'm still waiting for our cars that fly.
They're getting
Doggone
close.
Jetsons. Yeah, true.
And that'd make prospecting a lot easier if you could just fly in and out of the canyon.
I mean, here
having to
you're talking
lug
about.
a bunch of gear.
Well, look at modern equipment, lidar. How that's going to change, not just prospecting, but mining in general,
Archaeology,
and
and
history.
anthropology, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. There's Oregon has a website. It's called Dogami, and it's an acronym for something. But they basically have lidar of the whole state, and they also have some like they put pinpoints on all the mines, and so in combination between the mine, the pinpoints and the lidar, you can find a lot of cool stuff. And I've just been doing a ton of research, and just finding old mines that people probably haven't been to in a long time, and the lidar will show where they dug like loaming holes and things like that.
Right.
And
I've been watching Matt, the geologist, the prospecting geologist.
mhm,
He works with lidar a lot, and
mhm.
he's lately he's been doing a lot of videos on reading lidar. First of all, looking at lidar and finding the spots, and then going out to those areas to see what they were actually looking at. What is it that I saw on lidar? What is it in real life? And he's finding mines, and he's finding whether they've dug holes, did placer mining, and you see the whole trail of where they dug. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I first heard about lidar 5-6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, and when I first heard about it, what it was doing, I'm going, yeah, this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah, it shows you cool stuff. And well, the one thing I like is, you you know where you're parking your car and you know where you want to get to, but sometimes how you're going to get there isn't clear because it's not, there's trees in the way, hills, cliffs, all kinds of
Right.
things. So
Right.
the LiDAR can help you sort of find a path to get somewhere or there's
That's
old
right.
logging and mining roads everywhere. You can find those with the LiDAR.
Right.
It's a
I
handy
was gonna
tool.
say, that's how they're finding a lot of, old Aztec villages and stuff. They're finding the roads and everything, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gosh,
definitely.
imagine the treasures there.
Oh,
Going
I
metal
do
detecting on
all
that
the time.
old
Search
Aztec
like
temple.
search the Library of Congress for the Conservation Corps books for your area, Matt, because when they were around doing the highways and stuff during the Depression, they'd have geologists and mining engineers and all kinds of stuff, people with them. And they would, when they did cuts in roads and stuff, sometimes they would go to creeks and pans and take samples and stuff, and they recorded all kinds of that stuff.
Okay,
Those
that's
come
the
in handy.
Conservation Office, you said?
Conservation Corps.
Oh, Conservation Corps. Okay,
Uh,
I write that down. That sounds pretty cool.
yeah, CCC or whatever it is. But I researched a lot of that when I was living in Skagit Valley and stuff, and was really heavily into it. Yeah, Civilian Conservation Corps. Thank you, Bill. CCC.
Okay, cool.
Hey, my foster brother's in the house. Hey, James Van Cleef. How you
Hey,
doing,
what's up?
brother?
Yeah, so they're having a discussion about flying cars now in the chat room.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about
They'll be
flying cars.
silent. They'll be going.
They'll be silent, and they won't be 500 feet off the ground. You're just going to be above the ground, just above the ground, so you're not on wheels.
Or
Oh,
you'll
like a
have to have
hovercraft.
multiple. They'll
Yeah,
be
you're not
like
going to
in
be
the
flying around like the
Jetsons.
Jetsons.
So, yeah. We'll have traffic lights floating in the air just for them. I saw it on the Jetsons, Jesse. Come on.
Well,
That's a
we probably
cartoon.
won't even be driving them anymore. It's going to be AI driving our cars. We'll just be in the back.
Here, I wouldn't. The only way I would have a driverless car would be if there was nothing but driverless cars.
Yeah.
There
That's a
was
good
no
point,
cars
yeah.
that people were able to control. Otherwise, no, I'll drive around idiots.
Right.
I'd still be a little scared someone could hack your car and just take you somewhere or crash you into a tree or something. I don't know. I don't like giving up freedom for safety too much,
Yeah. I like a saying by one of our founding fathers. If you give up your freedoms or give up your
Safety.
liberty for safety and security, you deserve to have neither.
That's
You
right.
will have
Yeah.
neither.
And you won't have neither either.
Yeah, have you ever prospected in the central Washington area, like where Liberty and Swamp
I
Creek
did a
and
little
that whole area?
bit in
The potato patch?
Pasashan area, Pasashan Creek and Blewett Pass,
Yeah.
and a little in Liberty. At that time, I belonged to the Washington State Prospectors and Mining Association, and we had some claims out there.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah.
I've done some sluicing and stuff in the Chihuahua River north of Wenatchee. I've done some dredging in the Okanagan and on the Similkameen and done really well. But I used to do pretty doggone good in Skagit Valley. Right
Yeah,
in my
I
own
never got to prospect
backyard.
that area. Yeah. I did the Shaston area. Was it because I was living in Seattle for a year and was just going up I-90 every weekend and prospecting. And I went to Icicle Creek.
Oh yeah,
That place,
yeah.
oof,
There,
that is a rugged creek.
there's a story about Icicle Creek. There was a general on a
Oh yeah,
mission,
yeah, I know
and
the
he
yeah.
found a gold
No, that's
ledge
Ingalls.
there. The Ingalls Creek.
Ingalls, yeah.
Yeah, and
Telling Otis to go there.
and there was a big earthquake, and after that he couldn't find that ledge though, if I remember the story right.
Mhm. Yeah, missing. He claimed he found the Holy Grail mother lode, and no one ever found it. Yeah, but that's a rugged area. That is not an easy place to
Yeah,
get back to.
I've been, if I remember right, that's like right south of Wenatchee, if I remember.
Is that like another superstition mountain?
No,
I
the
mean,
Apaches aren't watching it. Uh, Ingalls
I mean,
found a,
as far as there's a gold mine, no one's been able to find.
pretty
Yeah.
much. It wasn't a gold mine. It was a
Oh,
ledge that was very rich, and then there
ah,
was like a big seismic activity, a big earthquake, and altered the land type. And so it was never supposed to find it. And T-Rep, it's been forever since I've been home. Last time I'd been home, I stayed at Otis's for like one full night, maybe two. I flew in, I went to a funeral, I flew out.
Mm.
And didn't get to plan
Yeah,
it
I
all.
sent Otis and Braden out to a couple creeks in that area, and they couldn't find the gold. I don't know.
they
They're
were
still
off by
mad
just
about it. I
that
told them
much.
I got
Now,
tons there, but
the bummer thing
what can you
about
say?
the Blewett Pass area, that whole creek's been moved. The
Yeah,
actual
they
river is
dredged it, didn't they?
but the actual river is now under the highway, and they moved it
Oh,
totally
okay.
to
Yeah,
the
that
other
part of the
side.
river, yeah. Hmm.
But it's been dredged and stuff, but there's still damn good gold coming out of the Liberty area. And I believe like Liberty's like the opening of Arizona or something. It's a
Oh, it's the
still
best gold in the
active,
state.
it's a
Yeah,
still
by far.
active uh mining town region
Hmm.
area that since it's been founded, it's been active and it's still active.
Yeah,
And
if you go on
beautiful pocket
Google Earth,
gold.
hmm yeah, if you go on Google Earth, you can still see there's trommels and backyards
Oh
and
yeah,
big piles of tailings everywhere. And because that's where they got the potato patch nuggets, the ones that are like
huge. Yeah,
really
and the
big. And then
wire gold from Liberty T-Rep,
mhm.
beautiful stuff.
Oh, that stuff, yeah,
Uh,
I advise anyone to look that up because it's
oh
unbelievably
shit,
beautiful.
Nick
The
Zoller,
Liberty Oregon
Nick.
wire gold.
Oh, what's that
Yeah.
geologist from Central Washington University? Nick.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He has an excellent two-part series
Mhm.
on the Liberty Gold area and the ancient river channel. Zenter, yeah, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, and it's like a
T-Rep.
mystery because it's flowing the wrong way. Like the glacier comes from the north, but the river was flowing towards the glacier, and it's kind of something they haven't figured out yet.
And there's
When and how it
dikes
got
and
there.
stuff that mixed up everything. But they said before the Cascade Range and the ranges on the whole west coast from Canada to Mexico, the ancient river channels flowed north and south.
Yeah, I've seen an
And
old map of the Sierras too, and yeah, they basically had that ancient river just going the whole way down the mountains,
and
and then they lift it
it's
up.
the mountains kind of moved it around, and the plate tectonics at work and volcanoes and all that stuff doing their stuff, switch stuff around, kind of like here, Jesse, where we have the Trace River Valley that flowed out
Right.
of Virginia, West Virginia, into
Goes the wrong way.
Ohio, and it flowed north and to the west, and right now the glaciers filled up the valley that's closest to us is like 350 feet of overburden to the valley. But they said that was riddled with gold and stuff. But then then the glaciers brought down Ontario's gold. Sorry guys, you can't have your
Knocked
gold
our,
back.
knocked our mountains and valleys and flattened everything down and brought all that, all that, all that
You know, the
ice.
one place I'm interested in is the Sahara Desert. There's so much gold in Africa, and there's got to be tons of unfound gold under all those dunes. I mean, that's just
They said
land
there
that's
was
covered
like 20
that no one's
something
seen.
rivers in the Sierra region at one time, and it used to be tropical and jungle.
That's correct.
That'd
Yeah.
be interesting.
Mhm.
The peninsula of Washington wasn't even part of Washington way back when. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason why that's all a national park now. Just like
Yeah, that's
Rainier and
actually,
St. Helens and
yeah.
everywhere else. Because there's damn
The,
good
the
gold there.
yeah, the Olympics were never seriously prospected, from what I can tell. It was sort of made a national park before anyone was able to do it. So there could be amazing gold hidden up there if you got the guts to go get it, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to
They
do more
have,
prospecting up there. Vancouver Island, I would love to go get a chance to go out there
oh, me
and just
too.
snipe it.
There's some people I'd hit up if I took the ferry over from Anacortes.
Hmm.
I'd hook up with
Victoria.
our friend Moto Mining and hit
Yeah,
up
I'd love to go with that guy.
Andy,
I've seen his videos.
Andy
He gets some
Thrax.
amazing
Photo,
gold.
yeah.
Maybe run into Pioneer Polly, but I'd love to spend the day with Moto and Andy.
Yeah, same here. I'd be happy to give Pioneer Polly one of these things too.
Yeah, he'd like that.
Make things a little easier for him, you know.
Jason,
Right.
Mount Baker Mining has gone to Africa. Yeah, he's working a lot trying to get them out of using so much mercury and stuff the way they do, which I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to hit up Jason. I know he's been really busy with Dan Hurd and Jeff Williams a lot lately. Oh. Hold on, I have to mute my mic for a second.
So are there any other things that you want to? No, I have a question. You guys were talking about lost treasures and stuff. Is there a lost treasure that you have been thinking about and going, "Ah, I'd like to try to find that"?
Oh, yeah, you mean like one of the sort
Oh,
of
you know, a
the
local
legends?
one or even
Yeah, there's a local one. There's a story. So the mountains that are to the west of the Willamette Valley, we have sort of two mountain ranges. We've got a western and an eastern with the Willamette in the center. And the sort of northwest part of those mountains on the western range is the Tillamook mountain range. And there's this old story from some old newspaper articles about these Native Americans that would come to town to trade, you know, for like guns and bullets and all kinds of things. And they would trade with gold, solid gold. And they wouldn't tell anybody where they were finding it. And, you know, they went back and forth a few times. People tried to follow them. They gave them the slip. And eventually they killed them all trying to get the information. But no one has ever found where they got that gold. So, and it's really the only instance of gold on in that mountain range. So that'd be an interesting little adventure, Don Quixote kind of thing to
That'd be cool.
try to find.
Now, something a little closer to you, if you're ever in the northeast corner of the state, check out the mining history of Sullivan Creek. It's by Kettle Falls, I believe. There's said to be nuggets as big as heads come out of there.
Wait, which state is that? Sullivan?
Washington.
Okay.
Sullivan Creek. It's in northeast Washington. And Republic. It's east of the Okanagan. It's like in between. A Canadian mining company just found a huge reserve there. We were tired. ToledoJess brought it up on a show a month or so back. Republic, yeah, ain't that what I said? Republic. I think MJ in real life just moved there to Republic too, Otis. 4 million
4 million
ounces.
ounces. That's amazing. There's still gold like that in the lower 48 to be found, you know? That's pretty cool.
It is, it's just small. I mean, you know, you think about like Nevada, one of the biggest gold mining areas, and all their gold is micro gold. But there's so much of it that's actually worth mining, you know.
Like it wasn't back then, but it is now, kind of a thing.
Right, you know, back then what was worth mining was the big stuff you could find easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little stuff we're finding now, that was too much work for the money you got. You know, nowadays it's a little different. It's easier work. Our methods are better. Are not necessarily better, more advanced. Which makes
they catch more of the gold. They didn't quite have the technology to get that fine gold back then.
Well, the technology, most of the 99% of technology they're using today is the same technology they used back then. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, just
you know, the
gravity is,
right,
is it basically. Yeah.
Even dredging, they did with gravity dredging. So yeah, it's just we advanced the same process with different materials. Instead of wood and carpeting, now we use aluminum, steel for making ripples. You know, we got expanded metals, we got moss, we got mats, we got lots of different things. Back then, they just used whatever they could use. You know, hell, don't forget we started off with fleece. You know,
right.
Yeah.
You know, the Greeks were using sheepskin to get their gold.
Yeah, I saw a YouTube video of these guys in Kazakhstan, and there's a river that comes down from the Himalayas that you can only mine in winter because all the snow melt. It's just too rough. So, and these guys are just subsistence miners, and they punch a hole through the ice, and they just reach down and grab handfuls of gravel, and they have this woven sort of mat out of sticks, and they just kind of do that, and then throw water on it, and they just do that all day, and they get like a gram of gold a day, and that's all they need, I guess.
Well,
But
you know,
they're still using the old method.
right. Well, it's because it does work, you know, because of what gold does. Gold's heavy, so it's like the last thing to leave, you know.
Yeah.
So everything's already gone when it gets caught in whatever mattings they happen to use. Yeah, I've seen those guys use like burlap, sheets of burlap, and running dirt across it, just running this material. It's
Dude, they
not
still
really,
do
it's
that.
more like a
They
sludge.
still do that in North Carolina, Jesse.
Well, yeah.
And shag
That's true
carpet.
too. They use shag carpeting. Yeah, you want to go old school? Go to what's the name of the place? Thermal City. Run a load of dirt through their trommel,
Right.
and their sluice box.
They
It's
have
layered with
like
shady carpeting.
like 70 shea carpeting,
Oh, big
shag
time. Blue.
carpeting.
Blue.
I find that stuff sometimes on creeks. You'll just sort of be in the woods from a big flood, and there's a chunk of carpet in a tree,
Well,
Oh,
if you,
pan it out.
from 20,
It worked
40 years
like
ago.
moss.
Hmm.
well, if you ever watched the show Devil's Canyon, and you saw
Yes.
John, he made
Yeah,
a
the older
sleeping
guy.
box out of wood and moss
Yeah.
and caught
Gosh,
gold.
that's a crazy place. Oh, the one thing I didn't get, why, if there's the gold's that good, why wouldn't you just contract a helicopter to drop you all kinds of stuff? And
That's
then,
not enough drama, dude. That's not enough
you know what I
drama.
mean?
You
That's
can't-
how you'd want to mine it. Bring a big high
no,
bank for a
no,
lot of gas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in British Columbia, can't dredge.
Right.
Can't even use a river sluice, so you gotta high
That's true.
bank it or snipe or do a
Build
high
sluice
bank.
boxes out of bark and moss.
Yeah. Hey, he found gold. I wonder about
Yeah.
that guy sometimes if he ever went back, 'cause that was good gold.
Yeah. Oh, did he ever go back? No, I don't think he did.
I don't know.
don't
I
think
only saw the
so.
one season.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, all they had was one season. I would have liked to see more, but boy,
We had him on our show. We had
yeah,
John on our
John
show.
Goldjack, he was on our
Yeah.
show. I think
Oh,
that
really?
was our longest aired show too,
Right.
like
That
four
guy-
and a half hours.
You talk about a guy that can talk. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, Jesse didn't have to say a word, neither of us. He
No,
just went
no.
on and on and on.
Oh yeah. He's
We're like, it's
story
good,
after story.
keep going.
It's
On
it's.
and
I
on.
tell you what, that's a good show to go back and look at and watch because he had a lot of cool information. You learn a lot about the TV shows through guys like that. So, like
What's
I
his
said,
name
the
again?
reason his name is John Belsick.
Spell
John
check,
Dawson?
I
All right.
think it was.
Yeah, Belsick, Belisk, I believe.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Really cool guy. He runs a gold panning thing up in Alaska where he's from.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, check out
guy.
our show with him on it, and
Okay.
it was a good show. It was funny. It was long.
You'd
He
have to
talked a
go
lot.
back a couple of years though, Matt. It's like our
Well, it would've-
second season.
Second, yeah, I believe
Out
so.
of 5 years, it's like our second year.
So you guys have been doing this 5 years?
Mhm.
June 22nd will be 6 years.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Of actually being on Tuesday night as Tuesday Night Hangout Live. We were switching back and forth trying to find a spot. And, are you still in here? You better be. Because
Fellas,
Ronald, our friend Radio, said Tuesday works best for me. So, we landed on Tuesday. That's why we give, if you're ever in here again, we give Ronald.
There you go. What?
We
He's here.
give Ronald a lot of grief about him being on time, and it's all his fault we're on Tuesdays and stuff. And that's why we love you, Ronald. You know.
The Canadian hillbilly says, "Hey, June 22nd is my birthday."
We'll celebrate our birthdays together. We just had a dredging legend come into our chat room.
Yes, I see him. What's up, Mr. Kenneth?
Mountain Man Kenneth. How you doing, Ken? Good to see you. That guy, he's a bad.
You got a question? You got a question?
Ass dredger right there.
Right. And if you got questions, the dude's got the answers. Go over to goldprospectorspace.com where he likes to hang out. You'll be in the chat room. Ask in the chat room. You got any serious questions about how to do this, how to do that? Yeah,
actually, that would be helpful because I've sort of located some places in my area and other areas that I'd like to stake a claim on, unclaimed ground, and I need to sort of learn how to do that correctly. I've been trying to get maps from the Forest Service, and they haven't been forthcoming. So I got to find out how to do that correctly so I can get some claims staked.
Well, you know what, the worst thing you could hear from the government, right? We're here to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know that ain't true.
Right, right.
Yeah, go over to goldprospectorspace.com and join up over there.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I wrote it down here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really good community. A lot of our audience actually right in here with us right now are also
Okay, cool.
members. They've also been good. Gold Prospectorspace.com has been good friends of our channel for a long time too. A great group of people. They have a great podcast, or now they have a show on YouTube also, and a podcast now for a long time. Prospectors Radio, which is every Tuesday or Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'd be 6 o'clock for you guys on the West Coast, and 7:30 p.m. on Sunday nights. And they've been having more reality TV guests on lately on Sunday nights.
So Matt, when you go in there, I don't want to put all the pressure on Kenneth,
No,
on Bigfoot, because anybody in that chat room, if you got a question, anybody in that chat room that's there will either give you an answer or direct you to one of the tabs on the page there that will get you to where you need to find your answer. It's just it's a good page, especially for you people that are just learning. Great page to be on. You learn lots of stuff there. And again, it's a great group of people. Most of our chat room is there also. Yeah. Kenneth has been around for a long time. You can ask him a question, he'll tell you how to deal with it.
there's
He's got
tons
good
of
designs on
different-
equipment.
Yeah.
He's got good designs on equipment. There's even a tab on that page that has DIY section. I know
all kinds of sections.
I know that we're on our show, we're pushing their webpage, but it's because Tim's got a very good webpage for a beginner and for people that want to help other people and just be there and chit chat and watch videos or whatever. Great place to go.
Well, it's overall a great community, and Jesse and I've been there for a long time now.
Right.
And they been very supportive of us for years, like we've been very supportive of them for years. And it's just because it's a great community.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing, because I've kind of gone from knowing nothing to being pretty good at finding gold, and now I sort of the big blank space in my prospecting education is.
I'll tell you what, man, this is
sort of the technical aspects of claims.
This is a great community for learning.
Yeah.
It's really a great community for learning, because I've not met anyone so far, it's been about 10 years, that wouldn't help you if you asked.
Yeah.
That wouldn't show you how to do something if you asked. They're there to help and have fun. And that's the main thing too. We gotta be having fun.
Terry said, check out Bear Bangers, worth the $30 if you're in the woods alone. Are those sort of firecracker things, or you throw them at the bear and they pop?
Terry Curry brought that up earlier too. Bear Banner. I don't know if I want to.
I carry bear spray everywhere I go, but it'd be nice to have something additional. Hey, see you, Braden. Mayhem, thanks for coming by, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Good luck in Indiana.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, ma'am. Come around more often. I know you're on the move a lot. Bear banners and flares. 6 banners and 6 red flares. Regular price $63. Bare necessity.
Okay.
Can find them at KodiakCanada.com.
So are they like a flare gun then?
They look
They
kind
shoot
of
up.
like a flare gun, but
Yeah.
they have the banners and flares to them.
Cool.
Cool,
Very cool. Well, Matt, it's been fun. We're on overtime.
Yeah.
This is where you start paying us.
Oh, is it? Hey, I'll send you. Get in contact with me. I'll send you some of these little pans.
All right.
And if anyone in chat wanted one, you know, I guess you could leave a comment on a video or something. I always read every comment or my Instagram, and I'll try to get you one.
All right.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
Right on.
yeah. And thanks for having me. It's been an honor. I appreciate it.
It's been
Nice
an
to just
honor
talk
having
prospecting
you
for a
on.
It's
while.
our
Matt.
honor. It's
And
we're nobody. I mean, you guys you're the star. Our chat room's the star. We're just here, getting you together.
our lurkers are the stars too, as
Right.
long as they hit that thumbs up.
Yep, absolutely. But hey, it's been fun. I hope we can have you back again. Maybe with some new
Yeah,
adventures.
hopefully I'll have some more
And listen,
stories and some bigger gold next time to show for my efforts.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
couple of years.
anytime you've got something coming up, or maybe you've got, some kind of thing that you're getting ready to do and would like to get other people involved, come on, call in, talk to us, and get the word out. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
I mean, I think if we were here to promote ourselves, we'd have a whole lot more people on here. I would hope, anyways. I would hope.
Terry says it's the shape of a pin, makes a louder noise than a shotgun blast.
Ah,
Okay. And then would scare him away, I guess.
or
But
find you.
but if any of you in the chat room, YouTubers or not, the last Tuesday of every month is our open line Tuesday, where any of you are welcome to come join us. Tell us about upcoming events, or hey, I just started a channel. We're not a sub for sub channel,
Nope.
but we want to promote people in the treasure hunting hand, but that's why we like having YouTubers on. Yes, we get celebrities on. Yes, we get manufacturers on.
Hey, if anybody's got an ear with Fred Hurt, tell them we still would love to have him on.
Yeah, if Fred Hurt would listen to you and get the boot on, that'd be nice. But
That'd be awesome. That would definitely be awesome. Guy I've been trying to get on since he was Fred Hurt on, Gold Rush, right?
right.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on. Every once in a while I'll comment on Facebook where he puts something up. Hey, you should come on our show. And our prayers are with Fred too, by the way. He's dealing with some medical issues.
Next week is our open line Tuesday, so remember you're all more than welcome to join us when we drop the link. I never know. One night I just might say, what the F, let's try and get 100 of you in here. Usually it's first come, first serve, and then we move on to the next in the waiting room, but you never know. Maybe I'll do a panel or whatever. But just with panels, we step on each other enough as it is.
Just being Ed.
So We hate to have a bunch of people in here stepping on each other, but it can be a good time. Also, our friends over Digging with Deej has on Tuesdays has a show before mine at 5:30. She was in the chat room earlier, and then Jersey History Hunter and Buddha. Bobby Buddha, I forget his channel name. They have Share the Love stream after that at 6:30 to almost our show. And then us at 8 on Tuesdays. It's hard to keep up with all the live streams now. Also, I didn't thank our podcast listeners who listen to the replay over at Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and others. Thank all of you. If any of you want to listen to the show while you're at work, driving on the road, you could find us at several podcast sites. Try and add more all the time.
James, I'm trying to get Dustin on too.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could talk to Kayla, or to Carlos. They were both great guests. Maybe they could put a bird in their ear, see what we can do.
Have you guys ever had those girls in Alaska with the gold panning company, Gold Daughters?
No, I would like to talk to them, the Gold Sisters or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I think Pioneer Polly
That'd be a
went
good
up
set.
to their mine too.
Mhm.
That'd be
Yeah, I ordered
interesting.
some tailings from them once, and they gave me a nice little picker. They're cool people, and they've got this what is it? They've got some fossil, like ice age fossil permafrost, and they hit it with a hydro monitor, and they wash the permafrost away, and they pull out mammoth tusks and bison legs and all
Right,
kinds of
yeah,
cool
I've seen
stuff.
them.
Yeah, it's cool. They'd be a good guest or
Matt,
guests.
our friend Mountain Man Ken Durstler, Durstler. Sorry,
sir.
Ken. He brought up a good point. A lot of times after the shows and at night, they have a Zoom meeting where there actually be some of these celebrities and very well-known miners in those meetings. And you could glean a lot of good information and wisdom from a gentleman like Ken himself during those Zoom meetings.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. I appreciate all the good information from guys that have been doing it forever. I've had a couple people reach out to me on Instagram. They're too old to get down to the creeks, but they know where I'm going, and they say, "Oh, if you dig here, or look here, or try this." It's helpful to learn things like that for sure. I'm always open to it.
Oh, heck, yeah.
Can't hurt to look in more places, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, it doesn't hurt to listen to what somebody's got to say as far as, how they find gold, where they look, and, use all those little bits and pieces of information you get as you're going, and you find your own way, right?
Mhm.
I think it's the Gold Sisters, Bill. I think. Oh, Gold Daughters. Relic?
Gold
Gold
Daughters,
Daughters.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
yep, Gold Daughters.
Not Gold Sisters, because they started off working
They
with
are
their
sisters, but
dad.
yeah.
They
Right.
are sisters, but they started working with their dad for a
Yep.
long time. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they got some nice gold too. They got some really nice gold up there.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Geez, here we go. Farther into it. Down the rabbit hole we go. Matt, again, thank you very much for joining us. It was great having you on. Thank you for
Yeah, thanks for having
replying
me.
to my
I appreciate it.
email.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and I'll look up some of these things you guys were telling me about. It sounds like a good direction to go. So
Yeah,
definitely check it out.
definitely go to goldprospectorspace.com. There's a lot of good information there. Like I said,
Mhm.
there's a bunch of tabs up there, DIY stuff. videos,
And you
the
can also
conversation.
submit your channel. There's a
Right.
YouTuber channel, which a whole list of YouTube channels in the gold prospecting and treasure hunting community.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
And Kim Grimes, good personal friend of ours. Great
Tim the
guy,
creator.
the creator. Yeah, you'll have guys there like Randy Lewis, who's here in chat, and GoPro Unlimited, and
And
David
and believe it or not,
Villa.
that web page is the only web page like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, that has that type of information. There's a lot of forums out there, but if you go to these forums, you like treasure.net, and you see no action there at all. You might post a question, you may get a response some point. But with this space, I mean, it's there because there wasn't a place like that there
Mhm.
for Tim to find out information. So
He made
created it.
Made it. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a pretty cool story on how it got started. But yeah, that's a good place to go. Get a lot of good information. I learned a lot there.
All right.
But it's way past overtime.
Not that we don't love y'all and like hanging out with Matt and talking with all of you, but I gotta wake
But
up
we know
early.
all you guys
Jesse's
have
on.
lives out there.
Lives and wives. So
Right.
get back to them. And I gotta get to my post-production work again, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us, Jesse. All of you out there especially. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our lurkers also. Until next week for Open Line Tuesday, may you always have a flash in your pan.
You know what he's gonna say next.
That's right. We say it every week. Maybe one day too. We'll meet you on the river. It does happen. Good night, everybody. God bless. Love you all.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for watching.
Mr. Lodak, another wonderful job.
Most definitely. Yes, you did, Ern. Robert, good seeing you, buddy. Later,
4,
Brad.
3, 2,
GoPro
1.
Unlimited. See ya.
Brad Walsh tonight. Campsite 49.
Hey, Jefferson State Gold, how you doing, brother? Better late than never. Be sure to hit that like button.
Yeah. Right.